Hello everyone. Today I'm doing 3 trash to treasure trays, all crafting from my stash, just using items that I already had on hand. Stick around. The first piece I'll be working on is this large wood riser, and I'll tell you that most of these items came from my sister's house when she was downsizing. So I'm using this frame, a wood backing, 4 legs, my hot glue gun, some apple barrel white acrylic paint, and a sponge brush. So this frame was used in a previous DIY. I'm going to link that at the top, but I had to remove some of the glue that was in the corners that was left behind. And I'm not worried about scratching it because I'm going to be sanding it down anyway and giving it a nice paint job. And I just cleaned it up with some alcohol on a cloth after I sanded everything down. Now on the backing, I drilled out some holes for those legs to screw into and then sanded those down. I'm just picking out some splinters with my scissors. Next, time to add that paint, and I originally thought I'd have to do 2 coats of paint with this, but one gave me just what I was looking for. I can still see a little bit of the wood grain. Now when I got all the pieces painted, you can see that the frame's a little bit darker because some of the previous stain was seeping through, I suppose, but no matter, it all looks good together anyway. So to put everything together, I used my hot glue gun and just glued that backing on, and I put glue on both sides of that actually, and then screwed on the legs. Now on the top side where I screwed the legs on, there was just a little bit of that peeking through, and I dabbed it with some acrylic paint. It'll never be seen. So what do you think? That's some of my Alice in Wonderland things with my kale cream and sugar sitting underneath. And then here's more of a little farmhousey spring type thing. Project number 2 is this 3-tiered tray. There's been some occasions I needed a taller tray, so I'll just make one. I've got these 3 plates, a couple of empty jars, and I'll be using my hot glue gun, more of that white acrylic paint, and that pan covered in saran wrap with a wooden skewer broken up. You'll understand it in just a minute. I just put the paint inside the jars and gave the jars a spin to coat it all the way around, and then I let it drip from the first jar into the second jar. Did the same thing with that, just spinning the bottle around the jar. And then that's the next morning after I turned them down on those skewers to drain. I used my fingernail to get off anything left behind, any of those crusties, and yeah, I still got a little residue from a label, but that's okay. I'll fix it. To put everything together, I just used some Gorilla hot glue sticks in my glue gun. And that's the top tier going on. And I had this little plastic finial sitting beside me, and I thought, why not? Actually, it looks really good, and it's great for holding my farmhouse beads. You drape them around that. So, here we go. I just grabbed some what I thought was little farmhousey looking things from around the kitchen and dining room, and it looks really cute. See how those beads go around that on the top? Yep, turned out great. Project number 3 is a vanity/serving tray. I know this was a dumpster find from my sister's house, and all it needed was a little bit of brightening up. So, this is how I brightened it up. When the previous project's jars were draining, I was sneaking little bits of paint that were seeping out and put it on this tray. And there we go, much better with the black and white instead of that brown that was showing. That's as a vanity topper, and then yeah, there's some little seashells and summery looking items. I think it turned out really neat. And there's a last look at all 3 pieces, 2 of them styled in 2 different ways. I think they all turned out really neat. I want to remind everyone to stay home, stay safe, stay well, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel.